Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined today here by Mr. Alex Watson and Mr. Chris Watson. Gentlemen, thank you very much. A master of gin, some say, and a master of wine. We've been very surprised by our local trips to the supermarkets here in LA. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be in the wine section, so we've teed up 8 or so delicious bottles. Yeah. Some not bottles, for you to try, and just to genuinely evaluate what the wine aisle is like in LA.
I've seen some of these, I selected some of these, but that feels like a very long time ago and I've forgotten them. So I'm also quite nervous and excited to get stuck in.
Okay.
And yeah, looking forward to seeing what you'll make of them as well.
Let's get stuck in.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it enormously.
Yeah.
Not.
Come with me, come with me. Okay, so this is the lineup. We've got lots of cans, lots of cartons, but we're going to start off nice and easy. Buttercup Chardonnay, barrel fermented in California. This is real wine made to a very high standard in a nice convenient pack size. Buttercup, definitely smells buttery. Let's go. Hold it behind my back.
Okay, so here's where the shit hits the fan.
Well, you don't know because, again, don't go into each one expecting that it's going to be horrific because some of them are good.
And you can't offend our American cousins, you know. So, gentlemen, please, I'm going to leave you to it, and I'll jump back in to let you know what you had.
Right.
So, just quickly, how do you taste the wine? Because I've tried to play catch up and do wine courses and get certified and that kind of thing, but you've not had any formal education other than just drinking a lot of wine. Mm-hmm. How do you approach a wine to taste it before we get started?
Well, the first thing I do is I don't taste it, I look at it.
Right.
And so I look at it in the glass and I see it's a pale greeny colour.
Yeah.
It's quite cold, so it's frosted upside of the glass, which is a good thing. It's slightly opaque, slightly cloudy. So it's
what could that mean?
It could mean that it's an unfiltered, really good wine, or a wine from someone who cares enough about the flavour that they haven't bothered to filter it, or it could be it's not very well made. It could be either of those things. Bit early to say. And then I'd give it a really good swirl around the glass like that. There's a special sort of swirly thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't know what it is, but
well, it's interesting. It's got a slight smell of sulfur, and it's quite a young wine, and it's been treated with sulfur, I think. It's not altogether bad. It's not overpowering or sweet or flabby. It's quite crisp. So I think I would go into this with a reasonable degree of positiveness.
I don't suppose you could call out what kind of grape variety it might be, perhaps, bearing in mind they're all American wines.
I know. I'm worried about that.
I have a guess.
Says the man who bought them.
Yeah,
please go
exactly. But I bought like 8 different ones, so
Ooh.
It could be any one of those.
So I'm not very good on grape varieties. I'd probably say a Chenin Blanc, but it's a bit. I've got a perfumey end to it as well. So, and I know they grow different varieties here, which I'm not accustomed to, because really I only know well the wines you can drive to from Paris, which is about 200 miles. It's probably a Chardonnay, and it's quite a sweet one and quite a warm one.
Yeah, I'm going Chardonnay as well. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, you guessed correctly. This is Chardonnay, of course. It's an oak barrel fermented Chardonnay, of course, and it's named Buttercup, and it comes in a convenient 330 milliliter format.
No way. Van de Can.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite. I mean, barrel fermented Chardonnay in a can is
it's a new thing to me.
Yeah, pretty fun.
I mean, it's made from a decent grape, and but it's got an annoying sweetness at the end. Honestly, it smells quite good, and it starts off tasting good, and then you think, oh no, it's almost as if they've added sugar to it. It's
Quite oaky.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
definitely oaky, and I like that about it.
Well, don't get too stuck in because I've got more. So I'm going to just take your glasses and refresh them for you.
Put me out of my misery. Will you?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good.
I think that was at the safer end.
Okay.
What kind of?
What should we go for next,
knows?
Oliver? I was actually quite a fan of the Buttercup. Very easy drinking. Next up, going with our first rogue choice, classic BuzzBallz. Now, this is a margarita, but it's a wine-based product. So we're going to start going rogue. Oh. I've actually wanted to try this for years. Look at that. Not bad. Please enjoy.
What the fuck is that? Sorry. Goodness gracious. Well, this must be one of those natural wines we hear so much about.
What's leading you
Or it could be
in
pure
that direction?
Or it could be pure lime juice. I'm not sure. It's because it's really cloudy.
Yeah.
It's as if it's something that's been made with no filtering and no fining and no chucking in egg whites or earth or anything like that to clear it up. And
It looks pretty juicy, huh?
very often, well, yeah, but it's also, I mean, it's really pale and green still. So it'll be 2023 or even just possibly 2024, but it'll be the last 12 months, I guess.
Let's give it a smell.
Sorry. Goodness, goodness me.
What notes are you getting? Wow.
It's got a faint smell of rotting leaves. I mean, it's been through some sort of fermentation process. It's okay.
I'm not sure I want to drink it.
Well, no, I mean, you would say the sheep should be shot, really.
Interesting.
I think it's
some tropically sort of notes.
it could be I think it could be one of those natural wines where they just chuck the grapes into a thing and let it do its own.
I think I should put you guys out of your misery before we overanalyze this one. I don't think it needs it. So this one is technically a wine-based product, but it's a margarita.
Oh no!
Made from wine.
Wow.
But you know, it's actually got more in common with the Rene margarita because it's a great base. So
We saw a thing about the size of a bowling ball
oh yeah,
this morning.
the big one.
A huge one of those. I'm
Oh,
glad I
yeah.
didn't taste it.
It's actually pretty. I'm not mad at it.
It's very sour,
Mm.
is what I would say.
Could you very kindly take it away?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'd be really grateful if you did.
Come on.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you,
What?
Graham. Very good.
I thought it was a wine. Although I found it very hard to
I feel so
believe that it
bad.
was.
I feel so bad for Chris.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Number 3. Didn't get better than House Wine. I actually really love this pack. I think it's a really cool looking brand. But this is actually sparkling. Carbonated wine base. Doesn't say the grape variety. But hey. No. No grape variety. Could be a blend. Oh. Sometimes cans. Tastes alright.
Somebody's disappeared my beer, which I'd hardly started.
It got confiscated. Oh god, because they're coming back with the cameras.
Coming
We have
back.
to
Put your
hide
beers
them.
down.
Sorry, boss. Sorry,
Yeah, but I
chef.
had to clear my palate. Oh,
Something a little less coloured.
controversial.
Here we are.
Okay.
That one looks like a wine at least.
It does. But it's very, very pale. and very new, very clear. And all again smells of sulfuretted hydrogen.
What's that? Smells like what?
Sulfuretted hydrogen. SO2, is it?
I'll take your word for it.
No, it's not SO2. It smells of really rotted leaves. When you clean out a pond,
right,
you just have the stuff in the bottom, and that's what it smells like. That's not necessarily a totally bad thing. Some wines do smell like that, especially when you first open them. Definitely one of those.
Doesn't sound like a compliment.
That's a really good way of putting it, because I had a little whiff when I opened it and I was like, very interesting.
But it's a very pale color, and it means it's not it's not a Chardonnay. It's not a Semillon.
It's carbonated.
It's spritzig, is it?
I don't know. It's interesting.
It's actually very dry. I thought it was going to be a Moscatelli, rather more flowery thing. It's quite acid, very dry.
Some sort of like Cremant or something like
It's
that.
a bit like a very bad Prosecco.
Okay, very good, gentlemen. Well, this one again is another canned wine, simply called house wine, but it doesn't say the grape variety.
No, I bet.
But it is forced carbonated, so that's going to add a bit more astringency to it.
Right.
Yeah, very little information on there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just carbonated.
But it's allowed to call itself wine?
Calls itself carbonated wine, the original house wine, and then there's very little other information.
I quite like the look of the
Quite like
can.
it.
Lots of sulfites.
But seriously, you need to smell this.
But yeah, on the nose, definitely that funky. Like when I first whiffed it, when the can was freshly opened,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you actually can smell it more from on the can. That smell.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks, Ollie.
Okay.
That's really kind. Okay.
I think the next one might be a real one.
What are you giving that out of 10? What would you give that?
Oh yes, we have to be scoring these.
Well, okay. It's between 0 and 1, and if it could be negative, it would be there.
Wow.
Yeah, but even compared to the first two.
The first one I would give 2 to.
Okay.
The second one was not a wine. It was a
Fine.
So out of 10.
That's a dirty
0.
trick. No, it's probably about 3 actually, because as once you get accustomed to the idea that it's not a wine, which I wasn't told, you think, oh, it's a different frame of reference. It might have been a margarita. Okay, 3 then. But this is diabolical.
All right.
Okay, good to know. All right. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we tag them on socials.
Yeah, I think for me, one may be a bit harsh, but maybe I'd give it like a 4 or something.
Would you?
I wouldn't have it by choice, but
Okay.
Now on to the big guns. Snoop Sauvignon Blanc. The Cali Blanc Sauvignon Blanc by Snoop Dogg and 19 Crimes. I reckon I've heard like all right things about this. Nose is pretty good, pretty light, flowery, fruity. Oh, sweet. All right. I'll hide behind my back.
I'm just thinking, okay, after those 3.
So our next wine for you, gentlemen. Please enjoy.
Already, this looks more like a wine than anything I've drunk so far.
Okay.
Just looking at it.
Interesting. It's got that slightly yellowy, greeny.
If you look through it, there's something floating on the top. Or maybe it hasn't, maybe there's...
Which is very, very cute.
Mine's pretty clear.
Father son bonding.
Mine's innocent.
It's not a stitch up.
I mean, it smells like something like a Pinot Gris or a Riesling. It smells like one of those perfumey aromatic Alsace type grapes.
I love listening to Chris talk about wine.
and the colour means it's not.
So for context of people at home, Chris is
Yeah, to 18 months
obviously a
old.
winemaker of his own wine, but also
Just a little bit of like a
of
little bit
Chablis.
oaky.
It's
Oh, yeah?
a very rare
I'll try it now.
anointment
Oh, you've not tried it?
for somebody
been
to
smelling it
really
the whole time?
be act as an
I'm not as
ambassador for
patient.
the whole wine region around the world.
Mm.
The only non-Frenchman.
Oh. It started well and then it disappeared. Four out of 10. When I weigh up, I think this would be my
Yeah, I'm trying to
my favourite.
figure out what he
so
is.
far.
So points, Chris, if you can tell me who the person is on the bottle.
Yeah, who's that?
I'm afraid. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's collab with 19 Crimes Winery.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You've just started a beef with.
With Snoop Dogg, I didn't want to do that really.
Uh-oh.
Cali Blanc. So it's a Sauvignon Blanc, is it really? It doesn't.
I was getting all of that.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of tropical.
No,
different
like
to
cheese,
European.
not gooseberries.
Mm.
It's a different small round fruit.
That's interesting.
And points out of 10, gentlemen.
I said 4. There's a lot of headroom to get up to the
Okay.
really top wines. So
Let's
that's
see. We've got a few more great ones to come.
it's comfortably the best we've had so far.
Excellent.
I don't want to be shot.
Snoop, bringing the best so far. Very good. Oh boy, we're going to really disappoint them with the next one. Okay. Next up, the wonderful Stella Rosa L'Original semi-sweet pineapple and chili infused wine that's coming in at a whopping 5% ABV. Oh. It smells actually really delicious. Oh, is that? Oh my God, it's fizzy. That's delicious, but it's not wine.
In case we are live.
Wine-based.
We are. Okay.
See what the boys think
When
of
this
it.
is all over and I'm unplugged, I will tell you what's been going on today. I think it's one of the weirdest things that's ever happened in my life.
Oh, really?
Gentlemen,
Yeah. Chaps.
here we are. The next delicious.
Ah.
This one comes in a bottle. You'll be happy to know.
It's a relief.
Please enjoy.
Thank you.
Wrong
And
answers
this is
only.
so pale.
It's very
It's
pale, isn't it?
almost like water. That must be.
Ooh.
Whoa,
A lot of
it's just
tropical
leaking.
sort of flavors there.
Fermented.
No. Sorry, I have never in my life tasted anything like that.
That's just a no.
That's
you
just
haven't
a no.
tasted it yet.
No, I don't want to. I don't. It's cruel and inhuman punishment. I don't have to taste this.
You might like it.
I feel so bad.
You should. I don't have to. Oh, God. I've lived a quiet and honourable life. I don't have to do this.
Honourable, yeah, right.
Oh dear.
It's giving you.
What are you getting?
It's as if you'd taken Nivea and mixed it with yellow lemon Fanta.
Nivea is in the moisturiser.
Yeah. It's got a slightly sort of perfumy flavour that Nivea
Oh
has.
man.
Okay,
I
well,
think I know. I remember what this one is.
I was surprised to see this one in the wine aisle. So this is a
Oh.
this is a wine that's been diluted down to 5% and then infused with pineapple and chili, and apparently it's a bit fizzy too.
I'm
It's
not
got
getting
no
any
chili.
chili. Yeah.
No,
There's no spice in there. There's
I get the pineapple thing.
false advertising.
It does smell of pineapple.
it's a
That's what
product.
I
It's
got my Nivea, I think.
it's a product of Italy. Isn't that
No,
wonderful?
you're kidding.
Apparently,
Surely not.
Really?
yeah.
What have they got to say
It
for
is one
for
of the most-
themselves?
No added juice.
Served with fresh fruit, cheese, spicy cuisine, and desserts. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not
Well,
sure about that one.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry,
Thank you,
boys.
Jack.
I think if that
this.
wasn't supposed to be a wine, though, if you were using it as like a mixer or something, you could maybe come to terms with it. But if you were expecting wine and then you got that,
You know what you would do with it?
You'd be quite upset.
You'd use it to make a juice for a fruit salad. That's the only thing you would do.
Interesting.
There's a little bit of chili and a little bit of pineapple could
I,
work.
only
in a fruit
you
salad.
would like a fruit salad that's got booze in it.
No, it's lovely.
Okay, I've got 3 more left. Copa de Vino, a Chardonnay, and a cute little guy. Oh ho ho! It's got a little freshest. This week should be consumed by December of this year. Oh. Maybe I should give it to Chris in this glass. Oh, it smells like that pond again that he was mentioning. From Oregon. Very, very pondy. Let's go. Nothing but grape, gentlemen.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Greeny colour.
I guess. Thank you.
Okay.
Got no acidity.
It's actually slightly. It's been in a wooden barrel, but it's a very old wooden barrel that's gone a bit mouldy. It's a bit like an Albarino, but I don't know what it is.
Whiny.
It's got a slightly mouldy taste to it,
Yeah.
as if the barrel had been left with water in.
It's pretty flat.
Yeah, it's absolutely flat. I've got to say, Jack, you've really surpassed yourself.
If you've managed to.
Produced a succession of the most appalling
Yeah, I'll take it.
filth.
I'll take it. Okay, gentlemen.
What would you give that out of?
What was
What
that?
are you giving that out of 10?
This is a Chardonnay from Oregon,
You're kidding
Copa de
me.
Vino, and it offers some very good advice. The purpose of our lives is to be happy,
Don't drink this wine.
and it comes in this great little format. You can just be on the go and just like, get into it.
That is
What
What do you think when you see that?
What a format!
you know what Copa de Vino means.
What does it mean?
Wine.
Glass of wine
Oh, there you go.
in Spanish. So it's a Spanish named Chardonnay, allegedly from Oregon. But look at the colour. That's not a Chardonnay colour.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. It's definitely got
Isn't
that. It's got that pondy vibe as well. Again.
Yeah, yeah. This is worse though. It's also got mouldy wood.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Honestly, smell it, guys.
Yeah, I had a taste. It was. You're
Does
right.
that
There,
thing of
there
yours
was
on-
no acidity. There was no balance.
there's
It's just. Okay, cool. Apologies again. Sorry.
It's been quite a dispiriting evening really, for
Yeah.
a wine lover.
What are you giving that one?
Well, that one, honestly, naught.
0 out of 10.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be a very severe judge, but that was awful. This has just been a little show of horrors, to be honest.
What was your favourite? Or
Well,
if
it's
you
a
had to-
Chardonnay.
The
The tin Chardonnay, the canned Chardonnay.
yeah. That was probably the.
And I gave it an unfairly low mark because I didn't
You
realise
didn't realise
what was coming. No, exactly. You buggers, honestly.
Okay, so we've been very kind to Chris. No, sorry, we've been very unkind to Chris. So we're gonna finish on a really fine wine, a wine that Chris actually makes himself. This is Domaine Watson, a fantastic Chablis from, of course, the region of Chablis. The real key here is to see if he can pick up his own wine after having his palate utterly destroyed with all sorts of stuff. So let's crack this open. It'll be a nice little treat it will serve as an apology, hopefully a peace offering, because, I've got to spend the next week with him.
Ooh, at least it had a cork.
Delightful.
It's the first encouraging sound I've heard in the last half an hour. Oh my God, fathers.
Behind the back.
Oh, this is fun. Thank you, Alex. I tell you, I'm so, in spite of this rather dispiriting experience, I'm so happy to have been invited. This is huge fun.
Okay, gentlemen, the final piece of the puzzle. Please enjoy.
That's a challenge after we've been through.
I know, your palate's utterly destroyed.
Yeah,
It
can
looks
you
like
put some
a
salt
wine,
around
though.
the rim? It's a very yellowy one. That's more like a proper grape.
What are you
You've
getting?
got them very cold. I'm going to warm it up. I think it deserves a little bit more of a chance.
What happens if it gets too cold?
Well, it kills a lot of particular kinds of flavors. So if you give it this, it'll give it a bit more of a chance to go out. To be honest, from the color, you'd think it would have something about it, and from the smell, it didn't. So I'm warming it up to give it a chance to get out of captivity.
Mm.
I'm a naughty boy.
You're an altar boy.
I'm a naughty boy.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Mm.
It's very, very, very cold. So you almost can't tell what it is. I think that's all right.
If you had to guess.
But it's got a nice minerally nose to it.
I think it's better
That's
balanced.
okay.
Yeah.
That's I hate to be rude, but that's the first proper wine I've drunk in the last half an hour.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
It's, got a bit of
It's got a
acidity.
very slightly oaky nose to it.
Yeah.
Proper oaky.
Mm.
What will we score it out of 10, team?
I'm quite enjoying that. I think for me,
8, 9?
for me that's probably a 10.
It's the only drinkable decent thing we've had.
I'm very sorry to have tricked you there.
You didn't trick me.
It was put in the freezer to throw you off somewhat.
Yeah, you did, and it did. It was so cold you couldn't taste it. That was very sneaky of you.
But of course, this is your fantastic wine.
Yeah. Well, in that case, 8 or 9 out of 10 for it. It's where it lives. You
I'm
bugger.
glad.